worth noting it's the first team to 3 wins, so we'll see how this goes. But that was
And
quite the
also,
dominant.
obviously, it's important to note that we have a different team on the Shushu Pana side this time. Fisherman Fizz is out, and V Factor 95 is in. V Factor 95 is plat, and as you said, Fisherman Fizz had been diamond before he stopped playing ranked. So it'll be interesting to see whether that's a drop off or he's at about the same level.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. It looks like Kennan's getting banned, targeted at Solex. That is definitely a smart idea, and I think that will be very. I think that's actually one of the best decisions they're going to make right here and now. I honestly would like to say because
Yeah, the Kennen ults are just dominant in a 3v3 team fight.
though they
And
do need to ban or pick Gnar, in my opinion, because Solex is also very adept at him. I feel like if they ban Kennen and Gnar, that would definitely be in their favor, but we'll see. V Factor is very competent at most mages, so and we see Shumisher on a lot of bruiser jungles, so we'll see how this goes.
yeah. All right. So they're not sure what they want for their third ban yet. Let's see what's going to come in here.
Trundle.
Trundle.
We have seen
Trundle is very strong in the current meta,
yes.
and I can't imagine that that's any different on 3v3.
It actually is a little bit different in that the sense he's actually somewhat stronger because his pillar's able to block off certain sections of the map. There's certain passageways you flat out cannot go through with this pillar up. On top of that, one of his weaknesses of being pulled off his domain, your kited arounders not be able to get to people, doesn't really exist on this map.
Yeah,
So
it's so much smaller. Yeah.
um
All right, so they go with the same jungler, Rek'Sai again.
although Shumisher was on Rek'Sai last
Oh no,
time.
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm sorry. Rek'Sai was on the other side. You're right. So they take away the Rek'Sai from Michael Schumacher. V Factor goes with Vel'Koz. So we're gonna have at least one tentacle champion in this game. I
Oh
know
boy.
all you hentai fans out there are loving it.
We
Maybe we can get maybe we can get the theme team get a second tentacle champion, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
so that's really interesting. So I was wondering because V Factor 95 is known for being an incredible Vel'Koz player. Vel'Koz definitely can get a massively good ultimate off in a pinch. However, if he gets jumped on, he is absolutely there's nothing he can do on this map. On this map, it's very difficult to protect him. I feel like Jinzhao is actually really strong because his ultimate can peel for him. He has a Janna ultimate. And, I mean, maybe he doesn't have a heal, of course.
But yeah, no,
Onto
I
it.
understand what you're saying. But once again, um, blue team going all melee, although they have some stronger like ability to jump on people with this team,
I feel like
maybe.
I feel like their picks are all good. Every single one of them can try to jump onto V Factor. Solex, looking
Yeah.
at a few different picks, I would like to see him on Gnar or Lulu would be good too. Someone to protect Vel'Koz. They're gonna need protection on Vel'Koz. If they don't have protection on Vel'Koz, then their comp will fall flat. And blue team has heavy divers, all three of them. So that means they can't have someone who can just peel one person. They need to be able to peel all three of them off of Vel'Koz, or their team comp will fall flat.
Well, yeah, Lulu is just, the protect the champion, really. She has a really strong shield, and she has her ult, which both gives them extra health and knocks up everyone around you. So I think that's if the idea is to protect V Factor, that's a really good choice.
Oh
It'll be
yes.
I'm gonna assume that we're probably gonna see V Factor bot lane because Lulu is much safer, so she can handle top lane pretty easily.
Hmm.
And then we'll have to see now, Pantheon Lane is one of those champions that I hate with a passion. So we'll see how that goes because that early Pantheon cheese with Ignite always just ruins my damn day. Um, but yeah, so yeah, 1-800 Pony USA going with a lot more ability to just jump on people, CC them up, and kill them in half a second. As opposed to the singed pick last time, which, as I said, I don't really see as being the best option on this map, just because some of his strengths are not. You can't really proxy very well, which is something that's really good from singed.
Singed was actually quite a while back specifically nerfed for this map. He was nerfed on this map by himself quite a while back, because he was too durable to kill, and his damage output with that was actually too strong. So they nerfed him with this map only in mind. In the past, he's still a very strong champion, but he's not broken as he was at one point. Um, I definitely would not call Sennett weak, however, on this map. He's very deceptively good.
Like I said, I haven't played this map in years, really, so I don't have a great handle on it other than just what I've seen, during the tournament and the lead up to it. I know bruisers, were very popular, but it'll be interesting to see. Also, if M. Schumacher gets a good, just charge in with Zin, followed by a good knock up from Lulu, followed by, V Factor has his little knock up, and then an ult. They could kill people really quickly. So it's going to be interesting to see whether the blue team can dodge all that stuff and get on the people they need to get on.
Well, I'm very curious to see this. I'm curious to see are they going to ult Schumacher and the enemy team and then have Vel'Koz annihilate them and have them charge in? Are they going to have Xin Zhao jump into them with the Lulu ult and beat them up while Vel'Koz is ulting?
That's
Or
what I'm. Or are they going to use it, save it to protect V
yeah,
Factor?
and is Xin Zhao going to not dive, sit on V Factor, ult them away, and is Lulu going to ult V Factor? There's two different ways they can play this out. They can play this out as they all dive onto them, or they all protect Vel'Koz, and which one they go with, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Also, especially, I mean, if Xin Zhao gets ahead, when Xin Zhao gets ahead, he is really hard to put down, with the healing from his battle cry and all that stuff. So, if, with three people, it becomes even more difficult than. And so, if Xin Zhao gets ahead, this is going to be very difficult for the blue team. But same thing with Fizz. If Fizz gets ahead, he can just delete people before you have any idea what's going on.
Oh yes. So I'm very curious to see how this will go.
Also,
I
the Pony Montana ults, the Pantheon ults, if he gets good ults in, comes in behind people who are in, questionable positions and can get stuns off, they'll be able to kill people. So,
I almost want to say that blue team is more likely to win, but red team has ways to handle them. So I don't want to say for sure. I think blue team has ways to deal with Vel'Koz that are going to be too hard for red team to deal with, but they saw a blue size team and accommodated that weakness well. So I don't want to say that for sure.
yeah, I'm worried about Solex on Lulu. If I don't know how much experience he has with Lulu, but if you have a good Lulu who's getting solo lane gold and XP and has a lot of AP, it's really hard to assassinate people with the
Oh yes.
shield and so they've got, basically Pantheon and Fizz are both sort of assassin type characters that they're using, and if Lulu does well, it's going to be very difficult for them to pull off what they want to pull off.
Oh yes.
Let's see, we've got Best Vane USA and M Schumacher screwing up the skin swag here, unfortunately. Glaive Warrior Pantheon. I don't think I've seen that very often.
Oh, that's actually a skin I heavily enjoy. I don't own it myself, but I always love seeing that skin in game. So you'll be in for a treat. It looks really
I
cool.
don't know, the Dragon Slayer Pantheon is just too good.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
The Dragon Slayer Pantheon and to a lesser degree Dragon Slayer Braum are both just really well done skins in my opinion.
I believe Challenger in Italy was a well done skin.
Yeah, you're a little biased on that, I think.
I would like to see an arcade in Italy where she turns into a Nyan Cat, and I would like to see a project in Italy where she turns into a Robo Kitty. But that's just me.
How about no?
Please.
How about no? And Battlecast Vel'Koz, which is another skin that I really like because it looks like one of those things from the Matrix.
Yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of custom Vel'Koz skins out there that are actually really nice. Before I actually used one just like Arc-like Vel'Koz. Before Arc-like Vel'Koz came out, there was a custom skin that was identical to it, except his icons in game were also a golden yellow, which Riot didn't do. Riot, get on it. They also had some other ones that made him like a blue frostiness or whatever. And there's a lot of cool ones out there. So I'd like to see if Riot will take a look at the custom Vel'Koz skins and see if they can do some similar stuff because there's a lot of potential with them.
Yeah,
Okay,
I haven't used any of the custom skin programs, but some of them look pretty cool.
there's a special shout out to the one that makes Garen look exactly like Link and changes his animations to do so as well.
I might have to pick that up now.
You might have to pick that up.
I play a lot of Garen.
I'll show you after the game.
Garen is so ridiculously easy that I played a ranked game with Garen today where I was lagging out in the middle of fights like regularly, and I went 12-0-8. Like I would lag out in the middle of a fight and just hit buttons, and then when my game would catch up it would just say triple kill, and I'd be like, okay, that was cool.
I'll believe it.
It's no, it's true. I'm not
Oh,
making
yes.
it up. Like, it literally happened. I lagged out and came back to a triple kill because I was spinning on people.
Alright, so minions are respawning. It looks like both teams are prepping up.
So posturing around that the central buff.
We're gonna see Fizz bottom lane and Pantheon top lane. I think
It
that's.
doesn't look like they're planning on giving much help to 1-800 Go Fast, which I don't agree with.
I don't think he's gonna need it. We see him clearing just rather quickly and easily.
Yeah. All right. And so it begins. So you have Vel'Koz bottom lane in the safer, shorter lane, but against Fizz, who really excels at jumping on people.
I feel like Blue Set team did the best of where they put people. Although Lulu is definitely getting a lot of hurt on Pantheon early, which is kind of funny, considering Pantheon
Yeah,
meant to be.
Pantheon. But Lulu is just a really annoying lane bully.
Oh,
especially
yes.
melee. But yeah, you need to just jump on her as quickly as possible.
And she got the level 2 advantage early, so that's going to be rather difficult for him. She's shoving in the lane, and if Pantheon's shoved in the lane, it's going to be hard for him to jump on her unless he gets a gank.
Oh, Fizz jumps on Vel'Koz, but moves back immediately.
Speaking of the gank,
Oh.
Lulu is going to be trying to flash out, and it will be enough to protect her.
But that's a blown summoner. Oh, here comes In Zhao, though.
And Rek'Sai is going to bail. Vel'Koz tried to misplays. Vel'Koz was dominating Fizz in lane and accidentally takes a tower hit, which costs him. He was, interestingly enough, actually beating Fizz in lane, which I find remarkable, only to take a tower hit and go down. Not sure if he
Little
lagged
too
out
much.
or...
Maybe just a little too much hubris there. Pride goeth before the fall.
Here we see Lulu starting to run a little bit out of mana.
So Fizz gets the early first blood, which will be big for him.
Oh, yes.
He's gonna probably go back and buy now, and then try and bully Vel'Koz pretty hard. Lulu? No, Lulu's not back. I was surprised that she looked like she was backing, but I think she's just making sure, just in case someone comes around. Vel'Koz is not... I mean, Rek'Sai's not really in the area right now, though, so she's pretty safe. So... Fizz picked up a Fiendish Codex and a Spell Thief's Edge.
Oh, boy. Is he going for the Frost Queen's claim? That'll be
What?
interesting. I'm not sure if that's actually wise though. I feel like he should be going like a way more aggressive buy than something like that.
Well, it can be like when you go in for the burst, that little bit of extra damage you get on your combo just from the procs off that is actually like early is kind of significant.
Here we see Fizz dodging a tower shot after going in on him. He is going to get knocked up and take the W damage though, so trade still goes relatively even. Rek'Sai attempting a gank, then deciding against it. And then...
Oh, here comes... Nope, nothing really happening with that. That spear chunks him out pretty good, but where did Fizz go? Oh, Fizz is roaming top. Oh, okay, no kill there, but M. Schumacher gets forced back. Vel'Koz is now roaming top. I think he would have been better off just staying bottom and pushing that lane out, but
Yeah.
Pantheon surprisingly is ahead of Lulu on CS right now. Let's see. Pantheon picks up a Hex Drinker, which is a pretty good choice against a team with two heavy magic damage dealers.
Yeah, I definitely think that's wise against Lulu. Malma Mortius, as we discussed, is really strong now. Gives an amazingly strong shield, but it also gives spell vamp and lifesteal when low, and it gives armor penetration. It gives so many stats that AD casters and just AD champions in general love against magic users. That if you're looking for some offensive aggression, but you need to, looks
Oh,
like they're going to be diving Vel'Koz, and he's going to just drop
very good. As I
coordination.
said earlier, you know, it's gonna one thing that's gonna be important is to see how Pony Montana's ults come in, and that ult was very good. Vel'Koz didn't really have anywhere to go, and he got killed right on the tower. So that's another kill for the blue team on Rek's side this time, and Fizz gets the assist. So he's going to be even further ahead of Vel'Koz now. It's going to make it harder and harder for Vel'Koz to lane against him. And Xin is really going to need to start having a more effective presence in lane right now.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too myself, and I definitely have to agree with that.
He's mostly been top lane, but hasn't really gotten anything for it. Vel'Koz is going to need some help now against a Fizz who is well ahead of him and who has completed his Frost Queen's claim.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does that give, you know, a nice amount of AP, some mana regen, and a little bit of extra burst on his combo. Oh,
Looks
he's got a
like
team
Pantheon's
fight.
being baited. Pantheon chases being baited into the enemy team. Fizz going on to Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz has
Yeah.
no peel. Vel'Koz is going to go down. However, they do
But
take
Fizz makes a
Rek'Sai down.
bad choice.
And Fizz is going to flash out. Will he be able to live? No, he won't. Pantheon messes up and goes down as well. Terrible decision making of the blue side team, and their lead is thrown. And even 8.9 thousand to 8.9 thousand gold shared now. Red team instantly catching up from that.
There was some really questionable decisions there, both on Fizz to move back towards the fight, and then on Pantheon to go in and I mean, when they were both at like 20 health, there was no way he was saving them. All he did was kill himself.
Oh, yes. And now we see the red side team with a 300 gold lead. The red side team was behind it. Now they're ahead. Vel'Koz did go down with no protection, and we saw the red side team chose to not try to protect the Fizz, but instead go after and to secure Rek'Sai's death. It looked like that worked in their favor, interestingly enough.
Really, the question now is going to be, can Fizz just snowball now that he has such a significant lead on Vel'Koz? That's what's going to have to happen for blue team to win this.
Oh, yes. We see Xin Zhao is now 2-0, and we see Lulu is 1-0-2, so it looks like they're all doing well. We see both casters going Wooglets, which is definitely understandable. Looks like Spooky Ghosts are coming out, but they're not going to hit. Worth noting that the Spooky Ghost can also help ward against people who might be trying to sneak up on you in gank if you start feeling a little paranoid. As well as give some well-needed vision in a map where that's an issue, so.
Yeah, the nerf was just not the nerf that needed to happen. The nerf that needed to happen on that was to take away the part where the passive got the passive gold and damage proc got turned off. Doesn't get turned off at the full thing. So you know you still see. You know, what they didn't change anything. You still see laners building Frost Queen's Claim regularly now.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. It seems a lot like when they nerf things, they're like, "Oh, this is too strong. Let's nerf it." But they don't nerf the problem.
Oh,
They nerf something else.
example with Rise's root.
Just very common. But that's what's like Frost Queen's claim. It's still being going to be built by mid laners. Like, yes, you remove some of the mana regen. Oh, here we come with a gank, but
Will they be able to take down a Lulu? I'm not sure if they'll be able to. It looks like they are able to. Xin Zhao's looking to go in, possibly. Xin Zhao feels very confident, and he instantly kills Rek'Sai. Goes on to Fizz. Will they be able to get down Fizz? Fizz does go down, in fact, dies to red buff.
Oh, that was questionable by
Pony
Pantheon.
Montana goes in and dies. Xin Zhao getting a triple kill. Xin Zhao's now 5-0. And while Lulu goes down, Red Side team is picking up a lead, coming back from while behind.
Yeah, Xin Zhao, 5-0 Xin Zhao. It's gonna be. Oh, he went. I guess. Yeah. Maybe on this map, Devourer is not really the best option.
Warrior is always strong on Xin Zhao just for early game dominance. Xin Zhao gonna go on Rek'Sai and instantly turn him away. A Warrior's always good for early game dominance. A lot of people put too much faith in Devour, not realizing that while the item is incredibly strong, the amount of early game presence that is good but not exceptional is noticeable. A good example being Nocturne. Nocturne is absolutely crazy with stated, however, a lot of people still prefer Warrior to absolutely dominate early game instead and snowball a game out of control. So, as we see, Xin Zhao went for Warrior to snowball the game out of control, and he's 5-0, so that definitely paid off for him. Fizz looking to sneak up on
Yeah, he 50%'s Vel'Koz with
a simple combo, yes.
and, like not even he didn't even hit him with his playful trickster.
Oh yeah.
But
here we see Lulu zoning Pantheon rather hard, harassing him from very long range away.
yeah, this game that looked good for blue team at the beginning has turned around really, really quickly.
And I have to say, I am impressed because I was expecting Red Side team to fall flat after that. This is going to miss the ultimate, but it doesn't matter. Lulu's just going to go down regardless. This is definitely a lot closer game, though. This is definitely not a smash, and either team stands a chance at winning this. I'm very curious to see how this will go.
I mean, Fizz is strong. Fizz is very strong right now, and a strong Fizz is a really scary thing. So, blue team certainly still has a shot here, but they are behind about 1,000 gold.
Oh yes, Xin Zhao is working on a
Rage Blade.
yes, a Ginsu's Rage Blade, and that power
The
spike will be
stupidest
seen.
item in the current build of League of Legends. It's like, do you auto attack? Yes. Okay, build Rage Blade. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a lull in the action right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lulu waiting to jump on Pantheon.
Missing a glitter lance. Xin Zhao's gonna go back. Vel'Koz's slow is not gonna be enough. Looks like they're gonna try to. With Xin Zhao going back, they want to go on Lulu, but the Fizz ult misses again. And
They
they're
do
not.
blow her flash though, so they can come back for that later.
Oh yes.
They're really trying to beat up on Lulu.
Which
I
is.
think they
seriously
realize
true.
that if Lulu gets strong, it's going to be impossible for them to kill anyone else.
That, and on top of that, Vel'Koz isn't exactly in the best of spots right now, so if they can get Lulu down, then they can close out the game. Xin Zhao's gonna flash, so is Fizz, but it doesn't matter. It looks like Fizz does actually
Fizz
survive.
gets away. Fizz is a slippery fish.
I was about to say the same thing.
So, nothing out of that for red team, but they are going to get some pressure on the tower. Not sure.
Looks like they're gonna be able to take the tower down.
Yeah, wow. In a single hit.
Xin Zhao has completed his Rage Blade. And that is going to be painful for Blue Side team to feel.
Yeah. Xin Zhao with Rage Blade is just brutally hard to kill and does an insane amount of damage. It's really all up to Fizz at this point. Fizz is going to need to start landing those ults.
Another lull in the action. We'll see where things go from here. They're waiting on Rek'Sai, but Rek'Sai, can be anywhere on the map very, very easily, so that's not a big issue. It looks like they are going to try to go on. Fizz jumps away, of course.
Yeah, the Lulu pick just was a really good option because it allowed them to put something in a lane with Pantheon, who generally is an early lane bully that thrives on getting early kills, who just really wasn't killable. Right?
Rek'Sai going in and almost dying from that. V Factor is going to.
Oh, nice.
Lulu
move
goes
by
down.
Fizz, but
Fizz is going to go down as
Zinzai
well.
finishes him off.
V Factor is able to kind of live it on Vel'Koz and still survive. Pantheon's going to jump and flash away, deciding he does not want any of that.
The Seneschal of Demacia is a scary dude.
Yes, he is.
6-0, 2 completed items.
It looks like he still wants to go on Pantheon. Pantheon cannot get near those that he's going to take. If he does, he will go down, and he is well aware of that. Xin Zhao is still looking to scare him off while Vel'Koz works on that tower. Looks
so
like
even though you would say Fizz won lane pretty handily, Vel'Koz has 2 towers down in that lane to none from Fizz.
Oh yes, looks like they're going to try to go on Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao is going to go down. He dashes away, exhausts down. He's probably going to have to turn on them and just get the damage he can't. No, he does actually walk right off away. Funnily enough, was not expecting to see that. 6-0 on him. Xin Zhao definitely being the strongest champion in the game right now, followed up by Fizz.
Yeah, blue team really needs to get a couple towers down, get some global gold going.
Here we see that even though they're 6-7, Red Side team has an almost 3,000 gold lead.
Yeah, 2 towers and some pretty good farm advantage.
Yes.
Still, though, a much better game than the first one overall.
Looks like Xin Zhao is going to jump on Rek'Sai again, and it looks like Rek'Sai is going to go down. I'm not sure if the Lulu ult was needed there, but better safe than sorry, I suppose.
I mean, who doesn't want a giant Asian man with a spear?
Stop.
What?
Most people prefer giant black men with spears, but
maybe that's what you prefer.
Hey, I said most people, not me.
Well, I mean, usually people speak from personal experience.
That was not from personal experience.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So, red team's trying to siege the top inner turret, but Xin Zhao's just going to split back bottom, and I don't know. He's coming back. I thought he was going to push for the tower, but I guess not.
Xin Zhao's getting
some of the jungle.
Oh yeah, Xin Zhao's building a giant's belt, which I'm assuming will become a dead man's plate.
Probably. That's a very strong item on him.
Bit of extra movement speed, a bit of a slow when he dashes onto them on top of it. Well, slows don't really stack, so I don't know how that would work on him, but
yeah, it's just the extra movement speed and the extra damage from that initial hit.
Yeah. Looks like Zin's gonna flash onto Rek'Sai, get Lulu ult to knock him up and take him out. Looks like Pantheon's gonna go down as well. Xin Zhao absolutely dominating this game, carrying his team hard.
8-1, yeah. As we said during Champ Select, there's not much that they're gonna be able to do if Xin Zhao gets ahead, and that's exactly what happened.
And it looks like that Fizz's flash is barely
Fizz
going to
just
matter.
Just gets away with the playful trickster. But there's a good chance they're going to lose their top inner tower off of that.
Looks like Xin Zhao has 8 out of 10 of his team's kills, which is just, as we can see, he has more kills than the enemy team combined, and almost all of his. So, Jin Zhao carrying his team almost single-handedly, although it's not to say that his other teammates are dead weight by any means, or
Yeah,
aren't
Lulu
doing
has
their
a
own work.
lot, has a good amount of farm for this map, so that's another thing. Like you would say, well, all they need to do is kill Xin Zhao, but when Xin Zhao has a Lulu backing him up, it's pretty hard to kill him.
Oh yes, it's very hard to kill someone that. And then as we see, Lulu has turned into ulting Jin Zhao every fight because he's so fed.
Right. He just goes in, knocks someone up, and then they get knocked up again, and giant Asian man sticking his spear in your face,
Giggity.
something like that. Uh-oh.
Spooky Ghosts go out. They want to take out Jin, but it's not fully safe for them to. They do get the Fizz ult. Lulu's coming up to ult
Nope.
Jin Zhao. And Jin Zhao is not going to be able to go down with the Lulu ult protecting him. Vel'Koz's ult
Oh,
comes
this
out.
is going to be an ace.
Vel'Koz's crowd control slows and knocks ups and his ultimate helping aid his team to take them out. Well coordinated on the red side team. Blue side team a little bit hesitant to take out Jin Zhao before they go in, which they were right to be hesitant.
But I mean, they have to take him. They needed to jump on him as quickly as possible and just take him out before.
Before Lulu got to him, yes, and just
Yeah. But looks like they're gonna lose an inhibitor turret off that.
if not an
and-
inhibitor as well. Looks like
yeah,
they'll probably
maybe-
go down an inhibitor as well. Fizz is
Yeah,
up, but
'cause
that's not going to
Fizz
be
is
enough.
up, but they can't fight.
Looks like they are going to back off. Looks like they don't want to risk it.
Lulu working on the inhibitor turret bot lane.
Looks like Jin Zhao getting a little aggressive. Ult misses, which means they are going to be able to get the inhibitor.
Yeah, and once again, Fizz ult missing is just not.
Here we see
Oh.
Jin Zhao's survivability is absolutely remarkable with the Ginsu's Rage Blade finally going down after annihilating 2 of the enemy picks. The only champions alive being...
Oh, the
Oh! And we see the Wooglet saving Lulu from Fizz's playful trickster. He tries to go in again and actually takes out Lulu regardless.
The fed Fizz is very dangerous.
And we see he finally has a Lich Bane complete. We have has a Lich Bane completed as well. I shouldn't say finally, but that's gonna be very powerful for his side as well.
Well, I think unfortunately, I mean, if they can do that, 4 or 5 more times.
I know, right?
But
But
unfortunately, their base is
their base is being
pretty
annihilated,
much in shambles.
and Red Side Team has a 6,000 gold advantage. If Red Side Team goes from Vilemon, that's game. If I was Red Side Team, I would try to start doing Vilemon and end the game. They have a 6,000 gold advantage right now.
Yeah, that's something that you see very rarely in the games that I've watched. People doing Vilemon. It just doesn't seem like it happens much. I think they're probably just gonna try and end it.
And we'll see how this goes for them. Looks like the Spooky Ghosts are coming out. It is going to reveal where they are, but it's going to reveal a little bit too late as Jin Zhao goes in. He is going to get Fizz ulted. He actually activates a Quicksilver Sash, and Pantheon goes down. He activated it.
Pantheon.
He activated a little too
Pantheon.
late though, didn't he? Didn't the fish still hit him?
I'm not sure.
I believe I saw the fish still hit him. You have to, when you activate Quicksilver Sash, it drops it on the ground, and then you have to move away, or it will still hit you, if I recall.
That is not an interaction I know much about.
I
but
could be entirely wrong on that, so my
They're
apologies
doing the
if I'm incorrect.
Vilemon finally. Vilemon is pretty cool looking, I must say. But yeah, that buff is gonna make it. Oh, here comes Fizz, and
Fizz is...
there goes Fizz.
Fizz got a little too close. He's going to try to get away. He's going to flash away. He's going to dash away. But will that be enough? Jin Zhao wants to go hard, but ends up getting a little bit too far
Now
behind.
he's got the minion buff as well.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of unspent gold on red side too, so they might want to just back off and then finish the game, or they may try and finish it right now.
I feel with Vilemon, they should pressure it right here and now.
The Fizz ult misses, that's pretty much it.
Oh, yes. With that, with Vilemon just helping them beat down on the inhibitor.
So, a better game than the first one, but it looks like it's going to go the same way.
Pantheon is going in. They want to go in for a final attack, but red team just simply backs off. And then it decides to engage on Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai going down to Xinjiao and V Factor's ultimate. Fizz being polymorphed and then knocked up and exhausted and then knocked up again. Meanwhile, Pantheon going down as well. All of them being taken out, and
that is game.
Almost a 10,000 gold advantage on Red Side team, 9-19. And while it was a close match in the beginning, Red Side team pulling in an enormous lead later on.
As we